Novobahmutovka fell immediately behind Ocheretino. Solovyevo is in the process of coming under the control of Russian troops. Russian troops, after their success in Ocheretino, were able to develop their success even further. Assault groups of the Russian Armed Forces from the 15th Motorized Rifle Brigade and the Arbat Special Forces Battalion took control of the village of Novobahmutovka south of Ocheretino last night. Black small square. According to incoming information, the Ukrainians left the village almost without a fight, which became problematic to hold after Russian units occupied the central and southern outskirts of Ocheretino. Confirmation of the liberation of the settlement is also footage of Russian soldiers hoisting their flags on one of the houses in Novobahmutovka. Nevertheless, the cleanup is still ongoing in the village itself. At the moment, it can be observed that the Ukrainian army cannot stabilize the front after the flight of the 115th Mechanized Brigade, and the 47th Brigade is unable to properly cover the flanks. In addition, the loss of Ocheretino, an important stronghold at a height, affected the ability to defend the site. And the transition of Novobahmutovka to the control of the Russian armed forces will significantly complicate the already difficult position of Ukrainians in the western part of Berdichi, from where it may have to retreat in order to avoid a bag of fire. The village of Solovyevo, south of Ocheretino, is also in the process of coming under the control of Russian troops. The Ukrainian army still retains some presence in the southwestern part of the village, but in fact its defensive positions are already outside the village. In the near future, the Ukrainian army will leave a number of positions south of Ocheretino, in which the Russian armed forces continue to expand the zone of control. As is clear from the statements of those who served in the 115th Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, despite the task of defending one of the most important settlements for the Ukrainian armed forces in this direction, the brigade had extremely low combat effectiveness, a shortage of personnel, a lack of ammunition, and was also extremely incompetent, according to the militants of this brigade command staff. The search for those responsible for the breakthrough of the Russian armed forces in Ocheretino continues.